so now head off to bring their own set of animals back from the dead. That's just paint, right? Right? This gives us some more classic monster movie references, such as the Gremlins, and even Gamera, who was brought to life by the Asian kid? Okay, I see what you did there, movie. Whilst the weird girl is trying to bring a dead bat to life, her cat comes into contact with the bat whilst it's getting electrocuted, causing it to turn into a vampire cat, in what is actually a pretty grisly transformation scene.
My only regret is that I have bonitis.
Needless to say, these newly resurrected animals aren't quite as friendly as Sparky, and soon start going on a rampage, not only destroying the town, but also fighting each other.
Colossus?
I mean, I guess I expected it, but still, what the fuck? Meanwhile, Victor manages to find Sparky in the pet cemetery, and the two reunite. The other kids manage to find Victor and tell him what's been going on.
Sea monkeys! You know how on the package, they're like in a happy kingdom and everyone's smiling.
Yeah, I too remember the extreme disappointment of sea monkeys. Looking at the box cover of the sea monkey family, I had the plan where I was to create the most powerful and advanced sea monkey civilization ever known, where I was to be their god, their ruler, and together we would. What the fuck is this shit? This is also the part of the movie that becomes a lot of fun, as it essentially goes from a horror flick into more of a monster flick, and I am all for that. Victor begins figuring out on how to combat the zombie animals, such as using salt on the sea monkeys as they are freshwater animals, now adding further lies to their name, as not only are they not monkeys, they also now don't come from the sea. Through accident, they also discover that the zombie animals are weak to electricity, which makes no sense whatsoever, as not only is it electricity that created them, but Sparky is also seen drawing power from electricity earlier on in the film. This then gets even sillier, as they use a massive amount of electricity to take down Gamera, which somehow doesn't also electrocute the kid in its mouth. Things appear to be going well, until the vampire cat shows up and steals Elsa's dog. Victor and the townsfolk manage to chase it to an old windmill, but due to some carelessness, the windmill catches fire, with Victor and Elsa trapped inside. Victor manages to save Elsa, but the vampire cat attacks Victor, leaving him unconscious in the burning windmill. Sparky manages to pull Victor free, but he's then pulled back into the wreckage by the vampire cat, who soon meets a grisly end. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't get where this villainous cat came from. Throughout the film, the cat didn't really do anything wrong other than existing, and it wasn't until it got zapped with the electricity that it turned evil. So having it killed off like this seems like a pretty unfair fate for it. I don't know, maybe Burton just really hates cats or something. Sparky is eventually rescued from the windmill, but sadly appears to be dead. Well, I guess he's always been dead, but you know, dead. But the townsfolk all come together, and using their car batteries, manage to bring Sparky back to life. Or back from being dead to just regular dead. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Don't get me wrong, it's nice that he's brought back, and it does make for a happy ending. But I feel like he should have stayed dead. Throughout the film, there appears to be the message of how sometimes you just need to let something go. And even though Sparky is brought back by Victor, he's never truly alive. I feel like the more mature ending should have had Victor come to terms that he can't keep Sparky alive, and that it's the kind of thing to just let him go. Especially because that's the fate all the other animals had to go through as well. And as his parents told him earlier, because Sparky is always alive in Victor's heart, he'll never really truly be gone.
When you lose someone you love, they never really leave you. They just move into a special place in your heart.
And now with everything that they've been through, Victor could make friends with the other kids, and perhaps the closing shot could be Victor showcasing another film, only now it has all the other kids involved. I feel like that would have been a more full circle kind of ending, but maybe that's just me. I get that this is the happier ending kids will enjoy, but I just feel like there's more value in presenting the harder message. But yeah, that's Frankenweenie. Overall, a really good watch, but I do think it dropped the ball towards the end. For a film that had so much emphasis on science, it's a bit of a shame that a lot of stuff went unexplained. Like the reason the invisible goldfish vanished was because Victor didn't love it? Why did the other animals get defeated by electricity when Sparky gains power from it, even managing to be brought back to life by it? What was the whole point of the white cat supposedly having these psychic shits? It's never brought up again, and it just ends up dying later on. Why are all the townspeople suddenly convinced that science is a good thing when the entire fair was destroyed as a result of it? And what's stopping anything from like this happening again? I think the reason these plot elements got forgotten about is because they weren't in the original 84 short. Sparky is the only animal that's brought back, the white cat omen thing doesn't exist, and the townspeople aren't really anti-science, they just more see Sparky as a monster. Having said all that though, there's still a lot of good to say about this film. I love the overall much darker tone, with a lot of elements that really push the boundaries on what Disney would be okay with. The bond between Victor and Sparky is heartwarming, and you can tell Burton is basing it off actual memories from his own dog as a child. I also like how the parents aren't arseholes in this film. Sure, the dad wants Victor to play baseball, but he's not a dick about it. I was worried this would go down the whole High School Musical route where the dad's like, no son of mine is gonna follow his passions, you're gonna do sports and you're gonna like it. But he still allows Victor to carry on with his science and film projects, even standing up for the science teacher when the rest of the town wants him gone.
I just would like to say that our son Victor is just crazy about the new teacher. Thinks he's great.
The black and white style works really well into the film's horror theme, with some great lighting shots throughout. The character designs are wonderfully quirky, and the stop motion is still on point, even if Burton deliberately lowered the quality of it so people wouldn't think it's CG. No, seriously, that's a thing.
I think it got to the point, the Corpse Bride, where people were thinking it was almost computer animation. So we kind of went back to a slightly rougher kind of style of animation.
And yeah, there is some CG used which is used to pull off certain shots, but honestly it's hardly noticeable. The old school horror style music is great, and I really enjoy the sad theme we get for when Sparky passes away. Overall, I'd say I enjoyed this film. Dare I say even more than Corpse Bride? I mean, it has a bunch of kaiju references, so what did you expect? So I'd definitely recommend you checking it out, and also the 1984 short too. And until the next one, take care. Wait, a Tim Burton film with no Johnny Depp or Helena Bonham Carter? What the f***?